Get fabulous with me. Oldies and Newbies makeup. Oh, we have old makeup and new makeup combined. I'm excited. I haven't done this in a while, like a get ready with me, get fabulous with me. That's Andre's term, get fabulous with me. Thanks, babe.
No problem.
Let's do it. Let's begin with the face. So a new primer I've been playing with for the past several weeks. This Calorie primer. It kind of reminds me of the Shiseido primer that I love so much, but this one has a little bit more of a thicker texture, and I like that it's a clean formula. But this primer, I'm still kind of on the fence on it with it. I've tried it with different bases. I like it, but I don't love it just yet. I feel like it might be too heavy for what I'm looking for. The Shiseido, it's very lightweight. It's not as pore filling, but it's very blurring, and it just makes the makeup look beautiful. I mean, it does a really beautiful job blurring your skin. Okay, for foundation, I haven't used this one in so long. It used to be my go-to foundation because of the way it looks on your skin. It's very skin-like, but the best part, you don't feel it on your skin. So it's really good for those days where you know you're gonna be on the go and you don't really wanna touch up. This is the Lancome, their Tint Idéal Ultra Wear 5-in-1 foundation stick. When I first purchased this, it was completely different packaging. I think it even had a different name. You get 0.33 ounces for $46, and they basically call it like a 5-in-1. You can conceal, you can use it as a foundation, you can use it as a highlighter, you can use it as a contour, a bronzer. It's just a really great product, and I love the packaging. It's a stick, so it's supposed to be a full coverage, oil-free, transfer-resistant foundation stick with a built-in kabuki brush. That's also new. The old foundation stick did not have this. And it's also supposed to be up to 24 hours of wear time with a natural matte finish. And another thing I will say, it's long wearing to a point. I think it depends on what you have underneath and what kind of base or what kind of products you pair it with. I have shade 140, and this is very creamy. It's a very buttery, glides on your skin with ease. Let's use a dampened sponge and a brush on the other side. This foundation is very buildable, but I would say it's buildable up to a point. I wouldn't say it's the most full coverage, but if you do try to build it up to a full coverage, it can start kind of accentuating the texture. It can cling onto dry patches. So I would say make sure you prep beforehand. You can see how easy that was to blend. Looks like your skin, but just kind of evened everything out. Damp sponge. I'd say this right here, it's a little easier and faster to blend with a brush instead of a sponge, but I just want to see what it looks like with that primer underneath. It's gonna look a little bit more natural. One of my favorite eyebrow pencils, cheap, expensive, pro grade, this is it. Winkylux, their Unibrow Universal Brow Precision Pencil. I don't even know, I lost count how many I repurchased these. It's one of those formulas, they're so easy to work with. The color is just that color that I'm looking for that has a nice neutral base. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, and the way it wears is just beautiful. It pairs with so many different brow waxes, brow gels. It's just a phenomenal eyebrow pencil. Of course, it has the spoolie on one side and then the pencil on the other. And the reason why it's universal is it just depends on how much pressure you apply to the brow hairs when you draw this in. To set the brows, Benefit 24-hour brow gel. There's just something about this formula. I think once you figure out how to use it for your brow hairs, it's the best thing ever. The little tips that I do to make this work. Use the flat side first, just to get that formula, that gel on your brows. I let it sit for maybe like 5-10 seconds, get a little tacky, and then I just first use the longer side with the combs, brush through, and then the smallest side with the combs to kind of even finesse a little bit more. And my brows stay in place, locked and loaded all day long. Next, for eyeshadow primer, I've been playing with this one from About Face. First of all, it kind of just smooths your eyelids to kind of fill in those tiny little fine lines and wrinkles, whatever you want to call them. Also somehow helps bring out the intensity from eyeshadows. And I love the doe foot applicator. It kind of reminds me of NARS, but I like my primers with doe foot applicators. Just kind of makes the process and application a lot more, you know, smooth. For eyeshadow, I'm gonna use this little palette by Revlon. This is the So Fierce Prismatic Palette in 963 Slight Flex. And I'm gonna use this particular shade right here. These types of shadows, they're kind of like a one and done, where you just take the one color and it just transforms your eye look. So you can use these wet or dry. I'm just gonna take my finger and just show you guys how I like to apply this. Just kind of work it into my finger. And just take it on the eyelid and just gently pat and work this into eyelid. Very wearable colors. They look intense in the palette, but they're so soft and just so stunning. And then I'll show you guys on a brush with some Fix Plus, just so you can see the difference in the intensity. I love the wet version because it's a little bit more metallic. It's obviously a little bit more wet and more pearly. Even the shades, they're a little bit more cool tone. I like that you can do both ways, dry versus wet. You get different effects and different colors, and even it looks like a different finish for an eyeshadow. For eyeliner, Essence. This is their Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil in number 2, but first, espresso. This is a great eyeliner from the drugstore, $3.99. It's so creamy, it's so pigmented. Like, are you kidding me? But you do have to work, in my opinion, one eye at a time, because it does set pretty fast. And once it sets, it stays put. But you do have a little bit of blending time. Eyelash curler, Kevin Kwan. I just find this one fits my eye shape the best, and it really gets the inner corners and the outer corners of the lashes. Wait, is this Kevin Kwan or Shiseido?
I said Shiseido.
This is Shiseido. It's not Kevin Kwan. Andre knows my stuff better than me. I've been playing with the new Tower 28 mascara. This is their Make Waves Lengthening Plus Curling Clean Mascara. $20 for 0.29 ounces, which is actually pretty good for the size. It's definitely lengthening and defining mascara, and I find that it does hold my curl pretty well. I do have to do very thin layers when I layer this mascara on, but I like the wand. It's definitely on the smaller side, which is really nice and comfortable. It has the silicone bristles. It has kind of like a straighter side and then a really curvy side, but I enjoy it. I'm enjoying it a lot. Do you see what I mean by lengthening and defining? That's amazing. I'm in awe of this mascara. It kind of reminds me of the Lancome Adele mascara along with the Maybelline Lash Sensational. It's like giving me the best of both worlds, this mascara. So this concealer, I haven't played with it. I wanted to wait to do it on camera with you guys. This is the new Milk Makeup, their Future Fluid All Over Cream Concealer, retailing for $29 US. So it's a multi-use medium to full coverage concealer that covers, sculpts, and hydrates for a lightweight, crease-proof, natural finish. I have two shades, 4N and 8C. Has a doe foot applicator. Just trying to see. That might be too bright. If anything, I might have to mix the two together. And then this is HC. HC looks a little, it's peachy. I might use both of them actually. Oh wow, that actually might be my shade, HC. Give it that a little bit of extra peachiness. They say you can use your fingers, brush, or a sponge to blend this out. Wow, it's a very lightweight formula and definitely is a little bit more liquid and then creamy. Okay, with a finger it blends so fast, so easy. Wow, that actually gave me pretty good coverage with the finger. Okay, has a little bit of a tacky texture, but wow, that was actually really nice to blend with your finger. My brush, the Spectrum Katie Jane Hughes number 8 brush. Oh, okay. Just doing a little bit of spot concealing for my massive pimple right here. I'm also noticing that if you layer it heavy, it can start looking pretty heavy as well because it is more of a medium to full coverage. It's not a natural type of a concealer, which is a good thing, but also a bad thing. I feel like you can get carried away really easily, especially if you go on really heavy-handed. Juvia's Place, the bronzer palette. I use this for contour and bronzer. For contour, I actually use this lighter, more of a cool toned neutral shade, and then tap this on top to add a little bit more warmth. I went through a phase where I only used this little palette. Just such beautiful buildable formulas. And I'm using the Makeup by Mario F1 brush. I probably should start using a different brush since this one's always sold out. It's just such a good brush. For my under eyes, I'm gonna use the same palette, but just different colorway. I'm gonna use this shade right here for the lower lash line. I've also been saving to play with this on camera with you guys. It's the new Gucci Luminous Matte Beauty Blush. $49 for 0.19 ounces. Packaging is just so sweet, so darling. It feels very nice, has that nice heavyweight feel. And of course it smells like Gucci. This right here is in the shade Rosy Beige. It's a buildable blush for cheeks and eyes with a hydrating ultra thin powder. It has shea butter, hyaluronic acid, black rose oil, long-lasting color that intensifies seamlessly. Let's see what else. Supposed to have a second skin feel. I'm gonna use my Rose & Ben, their C41 brush. I think they finally got it back in stock. Oh my. It's translating beautifully on the cheeks. Very seamless, very soft. I don't see any kind of texture being exaggerated. It looks very airbrushed actually. For lip liner, LA girl. This particular one is the Ultimate Lip Intense Stay Auto Liner in shade Unlimited Wine. And these lip liners, they're so pigmented, they're so intense. They dry down to a really nice matte finish, but they're very comfortable, very long lasting. Like, are you kidding me? And then Kilian Paris lipstick. This is their scented lip color in matte in a shade Intoxicating Rouge. They're definitely a splurge. They smell so delicious, and the colors they just have are so beautiful, and they also have satin formulas available as well. And I'm just gonna take a brush and just kind of blend and soften all this together. Obsessed with this look. I haven't done a red lip in a while, but I'm glad I got to play with this lipstick again because these formulas, the matte and the satin and just the colors are so stunning. They're definitely very, very pricey, but you're paying for the packaging, you're paying for the scent, you're paying for the formula, the color, and of course, the brand. Yeah, I want to share with you guys some oldies and then some new products that I've been playing with and testing, and also new products that I wanted to try with you guys together. Really excited about this blush right here. And then of course that concealer. That concealer might be a winner, but we'll see. I'm really intrigued by the wear time and how it's going to look, but I'll keep you guys updated on those things, and I'll see you soon. Checking in to see how the concealer is looking. And it's looking pretty dry on me. It looks like it's cracked, it has separated. And I'm looking especially right here where I concealed. And I'm gonna show you guys up close. Look at that, look at that texture. It's really accentuating it, and especially around the eyes as well, because on this side, it looks pretty good. It's not accentuated, my skin, it looks decent. And then this side where I spot concealed, it just looks so dry. And it looks like I can like kind of peel it off. And I don't like it the way it looks under my eyes as well. It looks very crepey, and it's accentuating my fine lines even more. So maybe it's just not pairing well with the primer, but the foundation looks pretty good with the primer. Yes, I'm looking oily, but like on this side, it doesn't look that bad. Especially, well, at least up here it looks pretty bad, but like right here around the pores looks pretty decent. So I'm not happy with this concealer with the way it's accentuating the texture on my skin, under the eyes, on spots. I like the blush though. I like the blush a lot. But I'm gonna keep playing with this concealer, trying maybe not as much, even though I didn't apply that much product to my face. Maybe try something a little bit more hydrating underneath. I applied eye cream underneath my makeup today. So I'm gonna keep playing with it and see how I best like to apply this concealer. Or maybe it just does not wanna work with my skin type, we'll see. But yeah, just wanna do a quick little update on those two products, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching Spending Time with me.